Hi friends and welcome to Kat's Corner. It's me, Kat. Today is November the 30th and it's been almost 2 years now, I think. Getting comfy. A lot has changed since then. I actually recorded in October, but the sound was really bad, so I had to delete it. And I never got around to recording again. But I am going to be doing the Fiber Arts tag that Mando Bug tagged me in. And my throat is really bad right now, so if I sound really funny, it's because I was sick last week and I'm still coughing like a great fun. And I forgot my drink over there, and I'm not going to get it. But so I'm just going to do the Fiber Arts tag, and I will catch you up on some other stuff next time I'm able to record, which hopefully will be fairly soon. Kids are starting to cooperate more, so let's hope that means time to start recording again. So the Fiber Arts tag, I don't remember who, it was like Crafty Garden or something like that who started it. So if you want, I will probably tag a couple people at the end. I may not, I don't know, but we will see. So let's just get right into it. Did I say today's date? Yes, I did. Oh, and I am Kat, or Catherine, whichever you choose. I usually go by Kat. And you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Kat Street. I think I got it all now. It's been a while. So, the first question in the Fiber Arts tag is, who are you? I am Catherine. Or Kat, as most people call me. And I'm basically Kat Straight in a lot of places. I guess that's all that question was wanting to know. Question 2. When and why did you start knitting, crocheting, spinning, etc.? So, when I was younger, my mom attempted to teach me knitting and crocheting, which I'll have to find the pieces. But I actually found a couple little pieces that I made. I don't remember, it was probably crochet because I could not figure out knitting. I was able to cast on. My mom taught me the knitted cast on. I was able to do that. After that, I could not do a thing with it because, of course, I was knitting way too tight. And so I could not move the stitches whatsoever. I was able to crochet though. I was able to figure that out. And I know I made a couple little things. We had pulled out my old Barbies because we're fixing to let my daughter have them. And I found a couple things that I made for my Barbies. So whenever I finally pull those out to give to her, I will try and pull those couple pieces out and show you. But I don't have them. They're picked up. But that only lasted like maybe a couple weeks, and then I was done with it. Of course, I was probably like, I don't know, 7 or 8 when I attempted to do it. I picked it back up the first year Nate and I were married, so that was, goodness, have we? 10 years ago. Has it been? Oh my gosh, I've been married for 10 years. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Spaced. Very surprised about that. But, so 10 years ago, a couple months after Nate and I, no, it wasn't the first year that we were married. It was the second year, beginning of the second year. So 9 years? between 9 and 10 years. Nate had just started his job. He probably was working just a couple months. And we decided to go rollerblading. I had not been rollerblading since a young teenager. And thought I could still hang and do the tricks that I used to do. No. My balance was way wonky and I managed to stay on my feet almost the entire time. We rollerbladed for probably about an hour around one of the parks where we were living at. And decided it was time to go because we were getting tired. And I fell and broke my wrist. Right there. Right there at the joint, basically. I fractured it. And since I am right-hand dominant, I couldn't do hardly anything with my wrist for a good while. I wasn't working. Nate was working. That was kind of our thing. And so I basically stayed at home and taking my pain medication for my wrist, which was lots of fun, let me tell you. And I found one of the PBS stations called Create. And one of the shows was, I think at that time it was Knit and Crochet Today. And it sparked my interest in wanting to learn how to craft again. And so later that day, while I hopped up on pain medication with the bum wrist and stuff, I'm like, that should be good to help get motion back in my wrist, doing the hand motions and stuff. We went to Joann's or Hobby Lobby or one of those Michaels, picked up a book and of course some Red Heart yarn, and started trying to teach myself how to knit. I didn't want to do crochet, I wanted to knit this time. And was having a hard time figuring out some things. Went back the next day or two and found a different book, which I will show later, and was able to finally teach myself how to do it. Maybe a year or two later, I decided that, hey, let me pick up some crocheting. I think it was probably just like a year after teaching myself to knit. I decided I wanted to do some crocheting again too, you know, for like borders and things like that. And so I taught myself how to crochet again. And let's see, spinning. I've actually started spinning too. I started spinning 2 or 3 years ago, just from watching different podcasts and stuff. I think it was mainly Mandobug and Amanda from Mandobug and, oh, what's her name? Is it Emily from Fibertown? I loved watching their spinning. Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. And of course I had to figure out how to do it. So I went and bought myself a cheap spindle, some yarn, some fiber, and went downhill from there. Became another obsession. I eventually, just this past year, gotten a spinning wheel and probably will not do much spinning on a spindle now. I'm trying to finish up a project that I have on there on my spindle, and then plan to just use my spindle for like quick little samples and stuff. But the majority of my spinning will probably be on my wheel from now on. I have also picked up needle felting from watching, maybe it was from Instagram, or was it from watching some podcast? I don't remember. But I decided I needed to do that too because I have fiber. Why not? And so I've been doing some needle felting, slowly working up on that, getting a little bit better. I'll share some projects later from that, I'm guessing. I think some questions have some stuff from that. So I've been doing that for maybe about a year. And just recently is that all the fibery stuff? I've decided to start attempting to dye yarn. And so I've been practicing around with that, and that's real recent, just within like the past month or two. But enjoying that. I actually have yarn soaking right now, so I can get ready to go and try and dye some more stuff. Attempting to be able to repeat the colors that I am getting is the main thing that I'm trying to work on. Okay. So if that works out, I may start selling yarn that I've dyed. So stay tuned for that if it actually works and I'm actually able to repeat what I like. I think that's everything. I think. So let's go on to question number 3. What is your favorite or proudest make? My favorite or proudest make. I am thinking about this. I love a lot of the stuff I make. Especially the stuff that I make for my kids. Because once a kid is wearing a hand knit item, be it a dress like for my daughter when I make dresses for her, or a sweater for my son, or a jacket that I've knitted up or crocheted, animals that I've made for them, socks, anything. It just looks adorable. I mean, how can a thing not look adorable in a child? That's just how it is. So anything I've made from any of my kids, and I'm getting interrupted, so excuse me. Okay, I'm back again. Kids, oh my goodness. I turned my phone the other way to see how that's going to work, so if the video looks weird, I'm trying to figure out how to use my phone in order to record, because apparently I'm not going to be able to record on my computer anymore, and because of the noise problem it's been having. So I'm trying my phone to see if that will work. I also get apparently better video quality from what I've been noticing. But back to my favorite or proudest projects. Actually, since I had this pause, I went and got a bunch of things. So some of the favorite things, of course, is going to be more recent things that I've just done, because apparently I'm always most proud of things that I've just finished. But along the lines of things for kids, like I was saying, I made this textured dress for Lucy for Christmas, and I put it on her, and oh my gosh, so cute! The textured dress pattern that I used is from, it's on my, pretty much all my projects are on my Ravelry page, if I remember to put them on. It was either Vogue Knitting or Knit Simple magazine. I don't remember which one, and the yarn I use is from Highland Handmaids in 2 different colors of green. But that's one of my favorite projects. She hasn't gotten it yet, but I did try it on her, and cute. Oh my goodness, cute. Then this is, I think, was it the Little Hoodlum or something like that, or one of those. I don't remember who it's by, but this is Linus's Christmas sweater. So it's a little sweater with the little hoodie. And tried it on him, and cute again. I still plan on maybe putting a button or two, like right here or something, just for extra pizzazz. The yarn this is out of is, is it Brazen Stitchery, I think it is, and the Hobbitses colorway. So that's his Christmas sweater that he's getting this year. Let's see, what else? What else did I pull? Oh yeah. Okay, this is, with everyone doing the granny stripe blankets, I didn't want to do stripe. I did a granny square blanket. And this is for Lucy out of leftover scraps from my Cozy Memories blanket, which I still have not finished. But I finished this, and this is Lucy's new blanket that I made for her. So I just made a big granny square and just kept going, adding stuff in as I went. So that's one of my favorite projects. Another favorite project of mine, I'm dropping everything, this is part of Lucy's Christmas present. This is the Ragdoll Unicorn, and it is just so cute. I just, love it. She still needs a haircut because her hair is still all wild, but I love it, and I want to make one for me. There's another one of Lucy's stuffed animals that I love, which I couldn't find real quick. Like, it was called the Lucy Sheep, and I want to make one of those for me too. I just use random bits of scrap yarn, like a thick, bulky scrap yarn, just all kinds of crazy stuff. You can find it on my Ravelry page, so go check it out. Super, super cute too. But love this one. Oh, I've started making one for me too, but mine's going to be pink. That's the Ragdoll Unicorn. Let's see, what else? Oh, and needle felting wise, this is probably one of my favorite needle felting projects. I haven't finished it, and it's going to get finished. But I made a little sheep. He needs eyes and ears still. I still have not gotten around to doing that. But, so that's him, my little sheepy sheep. Favorite project that I made for Nate. He's actually wearing it today, so I can't go and get it. It's a vest that I made for him that matched with one of Linus's dress. I think I named it in my Ravelry page the Daddy's Street Vest. It's based off of the street vest pattern for kids, and I just upsized it for him. So I'm very proud of that one. Probably one of my proudest ones, I would think, because I kind of upped it. I played with all the numbers and stuff and made it for an adult instead of a kid. So I was very proud of that. Another thing, this is my proudest thing that I've made for myself. And if you've watched several times, you've seen this one probably. But this is my Jenny's cardigan. And I am super proud of it because it actually worked great. Fits exactly how I wanted it. And I learned so much with fixing lace mistakes in it. Because at the very beginning, I made so many mistakes in the lace owls at the bottom, but I slowly, eventually was able to start fixing those mistakes. So there's one spot where I wasn't able to completely fix it, I think. But I think I fixed all the other ones just right. And I used some vintage buttons that I had gotten that just made it I wear this all the time. All the time. I need to make another one. I'm actually working on another jacket cardigan thing because I wear this one so much that I have to have another one because I don't want to wear this out. Love it. So this is the Ginny's cardigan from the unofficial Harry Potter Knits magazine. Let's see. Other things that I'm proud of. Spinning. This is my probably my proudest spindle spinning. I definitely did not get very consistent, but this is, I think I did this one a traditional 3-ply. It was a Firefly Fibers, I think, little bat that I got. But I was super proud with how nice and tight and all it came out. So that's my favorite spindle spinning. My favorite spinning wheel spinning is this one. It's again a traditional 3-ply. This fiber was from Cottage Dye Works, I believe. It was a, is it Corriedale? Shetland? Oh no. It's in my Ravelry. Oh, did I put it in my Ravelry? I think I did. I don't remember if I put the rest of hers fiber that I've bought. I'm expecting more in. Her fiber is really nice. I do like it a lot. But this is my favorite spinning wheel project to date. I have done a lot and I've learned a lot, and I'm currently doing a large project on it right now. I had like 10 ounces of this carbonized bamboo and alpaca that I've been slowly spinning up, and apparently I'm spinning it super thin. I've just finished my first bobbin, and I actually spindle spun 2 ounces on a spindle that I'm gonna put in with it too, so that'll be fun. And then for dyeing, so far these are my favorite 2 that I can show. I have one that I did that I need to see if I can repeat, that I picked up for a friend of mine who is gonna help me test out my stuff. And my coffee is cold now, but whoop, there's the camera. Okay, so I did this one, which I love. It's so pretty. So I have to see if I can try and do this one again. And if it works, I think I'm going to be calling this one Through the Portal Stones. And this one I did several attempts to start with on some mini skeins, and then I attempted it on a larger skein, and it's still working out pretty good. And this one will wind up being called Moraine Sedai. But I'm still trying to test different bases and stuff to see which ones I like. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a BFL sock weight base. But I'm trying to decide which merino base I'm going to like. I like this one because would be good for socks. It's a 75-25. But I like another one, which is an 80-20, because it's shinier. So I don't know if I want to go for more durability or shinier. I don't know. So if you have any ideas, that's some of the things that I'm going to have her help me figure out which one she likes, so I can have somebody else's input, because if I could, I would do every single base I could find that I liked. So I would do, and that would just be ridiculous. It really would. But these two, and I actually think they look really good together, so I may be stealing these and trying to do it. But I have to see if I can redo this one. If I can redo it, that'd be awesome because I love it. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Think That's All by Proudest Things. And that was long. I know. So, what is my most disastrous make, number 4? I'm going to say this is my most disastrous, even though I probably have others. Mainly because I assumed I was one size and I'm not. I still had my head thinking I was smaller than what I was, but no, I have gotten older and fatter and kids and stuff, so it doesn't fit me. I made tons of mistakes because it was a harder pattern than I assumed. I did not seam correctly. And so it just, overall, it doesn't work. So it's going to be saved, and eventually I'm assuming Lucy's going to be able to wear it. And it is in my pattern page. I did manage to get it on to take a picture, but it was super tight, and I could barely get it on and off by myself because the seams that I did were just crazy tight. Like I didn't leave, oh, throat getting tickled. Oh, but it was like some sort of like diamond star motif from a Vogue knitting magazine. And I did a different neckline. It was supposed to be a cow, I think, and I just did a ribbed, which I don't think worked very well neither. But, I mean, it's kind of cute and all. I love the color, and I would be tempted to rip it out to make again, but there would be so many balls because the way it was constructed was in each diamond, and then you had to sew all these diamonds and pieces together. It was just crazy. But I'll just save it for Lucy. But yeah, that's probably, and it's probably not my most disastrous. I probably have other ones. Like I can think of a hat that I made as one of my first knitting projects, but I don't have it anymore. Yeah. I probably, my first spinning project was probably, I think was really crappy. So, yeah, that. Where was I? Okay. Number 5, do I have a favorite place to buy yarn or fiber? I have a local yarn store where I do like to go and buy stuff. It used to be just like a couple minutes from my house. Well, we recently moved, and so now it's like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes away. And that's McNeedles in Lacombe, Louisiana. Super nice people there. They still remember me, even though it has been probably like 6 months since I went, because I'm trying not to buy yarn.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to myself. Yeah. So that's probably my favorite place to buy yarn, because I actually, turn that off, Lucy. Turn it off, Lucy. Okay, let's try this again. Kids. Okay. My favorite place to buy yarn in store is McNeedles. Oh, I'm getting my chair better. My favorite place to buy yarn online, I'm trying to think. The person who I like to buy from the most is no longer selling right now. Hopefully she'll come back and sell again. I had just started really getting into her yarn while she was back for a time, and then she went away again. So I didn't get to store up enough, and I'm also very hesitant to use it just in case she doesn't come back. But I really enjoyed Penguin Soup yarn. It was awesome. And fun colorways. Especially her self-striping. Loved it. But other than that, let's see. Brazen Stitchery was really good. I liked using her yarn, and she was really good getting in touch with. I think she sells on Etsy. Maybe it's Dragonfly Fibers. Dragonfly Fibers or Firefly Fibers? Don't remember. But one of the yarns that I spun up, she does yarn and fiber. I really like her fiber, and I have enjoyed using her yarn too. I've liked the cottage dye works that I've been getting. They've been very pleasant to spin. I'm trying to think. Highland Handmaids had some really pretty yarn that I got. It was very nice. I don't know. I don't really think I have like a favorite place. I just like a lot. Anything that's nice and pretty. I'm sure. Okay. So let's go on to the next one. What is my most loved, what is my most used or loved pattern? Well, my most loved pattern is my Jenny cardigan pattern. Love that pattern, and I want more. Really do. I love that pattern. It was so fun. I really enjoyed it. My most used pattern, I would probably say a simple tube sock recipe by Bunnyfish Crafts. Was that Heather? I've used her recipe, and now I've just slowly started going on my own, because almost all the socks I make for my kids are tube socks right now, which I'm fixing to have to start doing regular socks for Linus with heels in it because his feet are getting so big. Let's see. I did this one like Mobius cowl several times. If you look in my Ravelry stuff, I think it was in the Knit Simple magazine. It was a crochet pattern. I did it several times, probably 3 or 4 different times. I think it was called like the Twisted Mobius Cowl or something. Other ones that I've done. I've done the sock head a couple times. I've come to like the the double gusset on the bottom toe up sock patterns. That I just really like that, the way that sock fits me and fits other people that I know of. It's also a lot nicer to knit because I never have to pick up stitches. So once I finish with my heel, I'm just back going around like I never had to pick up stitches. So that was really nice. I liked that. So I use that a lot. I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. Number 7, your most dreaded knitting, spinning, crocheting task. Okay, for knitting and crocheting, it's pretty much the same thing. I hate casting on the stitches or chaining the stitches and weaving in the ends. Hate it. And also sometimes I hate trying to pick out a new pattern because I'm so particular. I'm like, oh, I love this pattern and I can use this yarn. No, I don't want to use that yarn for that pattern. I must that yarn is special. It needs to be in a certain pattern. It has to be in like the perfect pattern. And I really should just not have to find the perfect pattern. But apparently I think I need to find the perfect pattern for every yarn, which I don't know. I really shouldn't. So yeah. So help with patterns is always a great for me. My most hated spinning task is getting the finished plied yarn and winding it with my Niddy Noddy. I hate taking it off. I don't know why. Oh, I also hate winding the yarn. Hate winding yarn. Is that it? That might be it. I think that's it. My favorite task, I love simple knit stitch. Give me a simple knit stitch, just go, 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 and I can zone out and not have to think. I love it. And it's probably mainly because I don't have that much time nowadays and much brain power with 2 kids to have all these complicated patterns. So if I could just go and not have to think about it, it's nice not having to use my brain. Yeah. Okay, I think that's what covered that one. Let's see. Number 9. What is my favorite crafting entertainment? Normally when I am crafting, I am watching podcasts. Otherwise, I am watching my current show on net that I'm binge watching on Netflix or YouTube or Amazon Prime or whatever. Some of my favorites, if I'm going to rewatch things, is Star Trek, any of the Jane Austen novels on made movies. I've currently been watching all the Anna Green Gables reboots. So I just finished the Netflix one and I'm fixing to try and start watching the PBS one. I was watching Poldark just recently. I don't know if I'm going to keep watching it. It's kind of lost its appeal for me for a little bit, so we'll see. Firefly. Yeah. I do occasionally listen to audiobooks whenever I'm crafting, but my audiobooks are usually reserved for listening in the car when the kids are watching their TV. It's my mind break space, so just paying attention to the road and listening to a book, or listening to it while I'm taking a shower and getting dressed and stuff. Those are usually when I do my audiobooks. So, yeah. So number 10, for patterns, do I prefer books, magazines, Ravelry, or would I rather make up my own pattern? I would like to say I would rather make up my own pattern, but I don't think my brain works that way. I probably prefer books or magazines. That way I have the physical copy on hand. I have no problem making a copy to stick in my project bag. But I don't know what it is, but I like... Okay. We'll see if I can cut that out. Blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. I just like having the stuff on hand, which is probably why my books and magazines have been piling up and is starting to take over my bookshelf, because we try and only keep one bookshelf for each of us. So yeah. And that's the oven. So I'm going to have to pause here. But I do like having my all my patterns and stuff on Ravelry so I can search through it all. But I do usually, I will, if I can, print out the pattern so I can, I need the physical thing to hold on to. So we will come back with number 11 after I do lunch. Bye. Okay, back after lunch. It's actually night now, so but let's see if I can finish this before bedtime. So I think I was on number 11. So number 11 is, what is your favorite brand of knitting needles, crochet hooks, spinning wheels, spindle, and so on? So we'll start with knitting needles because that's first on the list. My favorite knitting needles are Addi Turbos. I actually have the Addi lace, click lace or whatever that I got like a year or two ago, I guess. I don't remember. Maybe 2 years ago. And I pretty much use it all the time. If I'm not using this, I'm using my Addi Turbos. And if I'm not using an Addi Turbo, then I'm most likely using a ChiaoGoo probably red lace. Oh, I stepped on something just a little while ago. Hurt my toe. But Addis, that's what I would pick. I haven't tried like the Zings or Cubics or a lot of the other ones. I've tried some Hayahayas. I don't know if they're the Hayahaya Sharts or just regular Hayahayas. But that's just because that's what my yarn store carried, and once I started doing the Addi Turbos, I was hooked. So that is that. For crochet hooks, I was buying the Addi crochet hooks. I don't remember if there was a special name for those or not, because that's what my yarn store had, and I didn't like the boy whatever ones, but I wasn't too fond of them. I had heard a lot of people who crochet that I watch on podcasts and stuff recommend the tulip crochet hooks, so I found a set of them on Amazon and tried them out and actually really enjoy them. I wound up getting the set just because I use a large variety of crochet hooks whenever I am crocheting, and I didn't want to have to buy a bunch of individual ones each time I was starting a new project if I really liked them, so I just went and bought the whole set to start with. But I like the rubber handle and the metal, like it goes, I don't know, it feels right in my hand whenever I'm crocheting. It's definitely made crocheting a lot easier and more enjoyable for me. And a plus about the set that I got, I don't remember which one it was called, but it came with some nifty little scissors. And then it had a little ruler and a couple little tapestry needles. So that was pretty cool. And I think it had, I'm missing two or three of my crochet hooks in here right now because I'm using them in different projects. So And it had a cute little case that it came in. So tulips are definitely my favorite crochet hook so far. Like I said, I tried a couple different ones, but these are the ones. So spindle, where's my spindle at? My favorite spindle right now, I have definitely come to the conclusion that I am a Turkish spindle spinner. I like the Turkish spindle. Right now what I'm enjoying is a Turtle Made spindle, and I probably need to take this off. It's probably too much on there so I can finish this project up. But I like it. You get to pick out the colors that you want. It's one of those 3D printed spindles. I think this one's the mini. And I actually like the mini as opposed to a bigger spindle. But yeah, it's fun. It works great. I've tried a couple different spindles. I don't think any of them were like an actual name brand or anything, but that's the one I'm liking right now. I would really like to try a couple other spindles, but right now that's what's working for me. And as for spinning wheel, I've only tried one, which is the one that I own. I had no particular idea when looking for a spinning wheel. My husband told me that he wanted to get me the spinning wheel for our anniversary this year, our 10-year anniversary. And so I did some research about what I thought I might enjoy. So I know I like ones that look kind of vintagey. I like vintagey looking things. So I wanted something that was vintagey, and I also wanted one of the kind of like the upright type ones, because this is the room that I have for my crafting, so I don't have that much room for a large spindle. That's going to take up a large amount of room. So what I wound up choosing was a Kromsky Minstrel in a, I don't know, is it the mahogany? I think it's the mahogany, the dark finish, because that looks more antique-y to me, and I like my antique-y look. I chose it mainly because I felt that I wanted a double treadle as opposed to a single. I liked that the drive, I could either do a double drive or the single drive. So it has both options, because I wanted to do a double, but I didn't know if that would work for me, so I wanted to have the option to be able to do a single drive if double didn't work, which I actually haven't even tried the single drive because I'm loving double. And I liked the look of it. That's probably one of the main things that sold me on it, was the way it looked. So I have 3 bobbins with it, plus I got the jumbo flyer with the jumbo bobbin, which, here's my jumbo bobbin right here. My husband also wound up surprising me with the Kromsky stool and matching Lazy Kate. So I got all of that for my anniversary presents, and that, I think, has been the best present, one of the best presents he's gotten for me so far. Mainly because I use it so much. I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know, since I've gotten it, I've probably spun up 7 or 8 skeins of yarn with it since I got it in June. So yes, a little addicted. But it's great for like my simple knitting and stuff, like socks and all. It's really great because I can be going, and if a kid comes in, I just let it go and I can deal with the kid, and I don't have to think about where I left off or anything. It's just a pick up and go type project. So it's working fabulous. So that's the spinning wheel I own. And let's see. Let's see. So that is, I guess I should show it to you this way, huh? Kromsky Minstrel. Can you see it? I have the thing turned the other way so I can't see the screen. Okay, let me see if I can put you back over there. Okay. So the next thing. I don't hear my son anymore. I think he read himself to sleep. Have to go check on him in a little bit. Number 12. What is your favorite notion or tool? My favorite notion or tool. Can I just say Ravelry? I mean, a lot of people have said, like these really different types of things and stuff. My favorite thing, really, I would say would be Ravelry. Just being able to have all my yarn stored on Ravelry and all my patterns stored on Ravelry and things that I'm interested in stored on Ravelry so that I can so easily search through when I'm looking for a new project. Okay, I want to use this yarn. This yarn is this weight. Let me look and search through the patterns I own, and of course I'm big into free patterns if I don't own it already. Free patterns that require this particular weight of yarn and the amount of yardage that I have of it. Or I decide I want to make a shawl that requires 2 colors. Let me search through what I already own, because I like magazines and books because I have the physical copy. It just makes it easier to search through all those books and magazines, and then I just have to find that particular book or magazine after, instead of looking through each and every book for a project. So that's what I love. I love Ravelry. Love it. What is my, number 13, what is my current favorite project? I have 2. I have I don't have very many projects going on right now, but 2 of the projects I'm working on I would say are favorites. My first one is, of course, a pair of socks, which is not really all that much fun because I make socks all the time. Ooh, I lost my stitch marker. Just have to remember to put it on there. It's some socks for my husband, which I probably do not have enough yarn to make them the way he likes, which are super high, and he's got big feet. But I like them because this is my first project using yarn that I have dyed myself. So I dyed up this yarn. Let's just see. And it didn't come out the way I wanted it, because it was probably one of my very first attempts at trying to dye yarn. But after it dried and everything, I wound up loving how it came out. So now I'm going to have to try and figure out what I did wrong the first time I attempted it, so that I can try and duplicate it, because it's got so many colors in it. It's just really pretty. I'm probably never going to be able to duplicate it though. But I made, I think 5 40-yard mini skeins. Was sampling, practicing dyeing with a bunch of mini skeins. So I have a whole lot of mini skeins. So I have 5 of these, so there's no way it's going to be his typical socks. I might have like ankle socks or something like that, but they're good house socks. So I knew I wasn't going to have enough to make the full-on sock like he normally likes. So I came up with this yarn that I dyed to coordinate with it. And I actually wrote down how I did it. The ones that I've done since have been a lot brighter yellow than this one. But I will show. This is one of the mini skeins. I probably don't know if I can get the light good. Of the brown, and I don't know, do I have I do have a mini skein left of the yellow. Oop, it came undone. Ow, poking myself with a sharp needle. And that's the yellow. So, that is one of my current favorite projects. Oh, I caught my yarn. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's all tangled up. What did I do? Okay. Go back in. And my other current favorite project, and it's only my favorite project because I have a feeling it's going to be fabulous once I'm done with it. It doesn't look like much right now. It's just a big, black, floofy thing. This is going to be my next cardigan sweater type thing, which is it's going to be very, very thick. It is, I'm going to find it in the book so you can see how comfy cozy it looks. And it is in the Knitting Vogue magazine, late winter 2017. And it is this gorgeous, oversized sweater. Let's see, what is it called? And it's that Bouchelet or whatever, open vest. Bouchelet, however you say it. I initially decided I was going to make it so that I could go back in the bag. Use it as like a house coat type thing. Because I'm always cold, but my arms are I don't know, my arms get hot really easily, but the rest of my body is cold. So I wanted something that way my whole body that's normally cold would be covered, but my arms would be left open and have air. But the more I work on it and the more I've shown it off, I think I've decided that it's probably just going to be a comfy jacket type thing. So number 14, favorite place to knit, spin, or crochet in public. I do it anywheres and everywheres. I do it in the car if my husband, I guess that's not really public, huh? If my husband is driving. I take it to my kids' dance class. I take it to my kids' gymnastics practices. I take it to when one of my kids has soccer. When we go to the park, it comes with me. Where else? Oh, story time at the library. It comes with me. Uh, really, anywheres. I have knit in at graduations, the movie theater, some of my husband's award ceremonies. Oh, really, like everywhere. At the zoo, the aquarium, at restaurants when I'm waiting on food. It goes everywhere. There's always time to put in a couple stitches here or there. So, yeah, I'm just going to say everywheres. Anywheres I can take it. No. If you're done, you need to go to sleep. If you're done, you need to go to bed. No.
Why do you go to bed?
Because it's past bedtime. You can either sit in your bed and read or go to sleep. Go. Now. Now.
But I'm going to give me a kiss and put me in bed.
Go get in your bed and I'll be in there in just a minute.
Okay. I'll read a book while we wait.
Okay. So number 15. What is your favorite fiber arts book? I don't know if I don't really think I have a favorite, but this, hopefully it's not going to be backwards for you, is what I learned. It's the Marian Illustrated Knitting and Crocheting. I learned how to knit and crochet from this book. Mainly because all the books that I was finding was illustrations of the stitches and the knitting needles. This one, it's actually pictures of the person's hands and the actual yarn. So it helps so much actually seeing it in somebody's hand. So that's my favorite book, you know. Okay, number 16. Do I have any other hobbies? Do I have other hobbies? Oh yeah, I have other hobbies. I have too many hobbies. I've attempted to do sewing. Once I have our new house put together more, I hope to have a place where I could have my sewing machine out and attempt to do some more. My kids and I have been doing the painted rocks, the rocks of kindness or the rocks of happiness or whatever. So we paint them and we leave them around and we hunt for them and stuff. We're also big board gamers and video gamers in this family. So, I mean, major geek, can I like put geek right across my forehead? All about the geekiness. Reading, if I had time to read more, I would. I know there's more stuff. Oh, baking. I love to bake, especially from scratch. Before kids, I was making usually a cake or a pie or cupcakes and a batch of cookies every week, and trying to do all the fancy decorating and stuff. I've gotten pretty good at making like the cookie bouquet type things, so my kids get those pretty much every time for their birthdays and stuff. So yes, baking, love to bake. That's probably all I can think of right now. I like gardening, but then I don't like gardening at the same time. It's a love-hate relationship. Yeah. So, number 17. If I could meet anyone in the fiber arts community, who would it be? I would probably want to meet Holly, Lupin's Own Jacob, We've done mostly the people that I've talked to for like VKNE type things and stuff online. So Holly, Lupin's own Jacob, yeah. Amanda, Mando Bug. I've met Christy in person, and unfortunately the little Mississippi Fiber Arts Festival is not going to be there anymore, so I'm going to have to, if I want to see her, drive up probably closer to where she is, so that we can get together. I've been there a couple times and it's always been for something else and don't have time to try and stop in. Kendra, Happenstance Place. Is that what she calls it now? Cutesy Poo Creations, Happenstance Place, something like that. Yeah, she seems really cool. And kind of kooky crazy, which would be very fun. I like kooky crazy people. I know there's somebody else. Who am I forgetting? Oh, Amelia. What? She did the Hops and Hanks podcast for a while. What is a plunk? I think it is. Something like that. We would VK in for a while and then I haven't gotten to talk to her in a while. But she seems really cool too. She's a big board gamer and all too. So we've had lots of discussions about that. That would be fun. Yeah. I think that's it. I know that I would be happy to meet anyone, but, you know. Those are the ones that come to mind offhand. So, guess I'm it's called Rapid Fire. So it's knit or crochet. Knit. Weave or spin. Spin. Color or neutrals. Color. Sweater or socks. Socks. Just because it's easy. Easier than sweaters. And that is all. I'll try and tag a couple people at the end. I don't know who it's going to be yet. If I can think of anybody. So, other than that, I'll sign off and I'm going to have to get my son to bed because he has not done it yet.